Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. To date, we'll be flying the Pmdg for the second time, 737-800, coming from Minneapolis to San Francisco, which is actually a payware that I have on, and it looks really, really nice. I'll be taking you guys into a tour once we land to the airport, so you guys can take a look at it. Um, and let's get to it. Let's get to it. First and foremost, welcome to the channel. What we're going to do is we're going to showcase just the performance, just a few things, how we initiate the flight. Stay with me for a minute. It's currently snowing. Not sure if you guys can see it, but I'm gonna start off doing the ground service. But first, let's set up our planning. I really wanted you guys to check on this app that I use for flight planning, setting up the plane. It does everything automatic. It's called FSFO. It's also on the video description. It's a payware, but it really helps you. I also believe that being on an airliner, such as the 737, it requires multi-crew, not just one. So if you're doing it in GA aviation, then you just require one. But as an airliner, it is very important that you have at least two, and then this can help you in that workload. I wasn't able to put it on the screen so you guys can see it, but I will fix that along the way so you guys can see what I'm talking about. As of now, it's doing everything automatic. I'm not putting any input whatsoever. It's doing it on its own. So it's following a checklist. It's following certain flows just to get the plane started, and we can work on the flight planning, which is great. Again, it's doing that on its own, not doing anything. We gotta open this for my console.
Runway awareness. Okay. Meters.
Again, as you guys see it, it's technically doing everything on its own. We don't have like an actual person doing it, like an AI, as far as like an avatar, but it is working automatic. There's barely any input. I think a little bit of hand flying. Certain things you'll see that I will make some inputs. Most of my peripherals are made for fly sim, so I don't really have to click on certain buttons. I have it from my panel that I have, like a physical panel. I have my yoke on throttle. You guys see it on the cap whenever when takeoff happens and landing. Now he's gonna do a little walk around. I can start doing little things, just prepping for the departure runway, the arrival. So I'm gonna set that up myself. they were flying out with 153 souls on. Plane usually takes 175, 178 around. The tops is 800, 900s take a little bit more than that. Just as the A321. Yep, we have a good amount of passengers coming along. Boarding will start soon. As soon as the FO comes back from the walk around and we set a few things up. The cruise altitude would be flight level 340, which is 34,000. We want to be as close as real life procedures. So a lot of things I do, I look into the current flights to flight rate of 24, and then will allow me to see what type of planes are flying right now, what routes, and I have an idea of, I don't want to be too repetitive on doing the same route. So I choose routes that can be entertaining for people. That I choose it. I'm very intentional. So when I choose my routes, I base it on approaches. If it's a good approach that you guys can see through the window, things like that. I don't like flying to boring airports with not nice approaches. So check on my channels. I have a few more live streamings that I've done for other airports and routes. And don't forget to subscribe and just like the video. When it comes to performance, this Pmdg is great. It has all these tools that we can use to set up the plane. It might not be like this in real life, but they have tablets, but a lot of the calculation is done. Of course, they have calculators. They use their math to calculate a lot of things, but for the most part, everything is automatic nowadays. Back in the days, it was a different story. Boarding has commerce, so now, unfortunately, certain airports like this one, this doesn't have let me turn this off. My voice command, turn it on by mistake. Some airports, because they're not handcrafted or they're just like basic, like the one in Minneapolis. Um, you see that gap between the gate and the plane. Unfortunately, you can't fix that. So but you're gonna see it on San Francisco as a payware, so everything works. This one, at least we have a gate, a functioning gate. It just doesn't attach to the plane. So and this time around, you won't be able to see the people coming down the gate. As you can see, there's plenty of rain coming. There was snow and now it's just rain. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun takeoff.
Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet. In the event of an issue before V1, I will call reject, and take control of the aircraft. If we have an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, positive rate gear up, and fly the standard departure profile. Any issues, I'll fly, and you run the checklists. I will handle the controls until at least 1,000 feet. After that, we can discuss auto flight or hand flying as needed. Standard callouts as per SOP. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor V speeds, call out deviations, and be ready to assist in case of any issues. Ready for departure. Wait for system. Ready to run the checklist. Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen. Navigation transfer and display switches. Window heat. Pressurization mode selector. Flight instruments. Parking brake. Engine start levers. Departure briefing. Pre-flight checklist completed.
So this is pretty much what the boarding looks like. Starts with the baggage load in into the plane, both the front and back. Also, as I mentioned, I wish the gate would have helped me, but unfortunately couldn't get the passengers showing on the gate. But it will be showing once we start the boarding at San Francisco.
Pax. Position lights. Auto throttle. FE's filter. Lower display unit. Weather radar. Transponder. Takeoff checklist. Takeoff runway.
Let me check how much longer we have
Landing
for
checklist. Takeoff runway.
Checked.
our boarding. Yeah, I might have to turn off that voice command for FSFO. It's triggering things that I don't want to, so I'm just gonna do it as button commands. So the package loading is almost done. It's at 67%. We're almost out. Let me start requesting clearance. I also use say intentions for it. It's also my video description. It's an AI ACT. I know a lot of people don't, to do back same, but back same is a little, I don't know, a little complicated for me. So I'd rather use this instead. Delta 756 requests clearance to San Francisco.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Delta 756 cleared to San Francisco via the Chef 1 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.72, 5 squawk 4161. Expect runway 12 right.
Delta 756 flew to San Francisco via Chef 1 departure. Then is filed. Climb, maintain 4000. Expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure 118.725, squawk 4161. Expect runway 12 right.
Delta 756, read back correct. Ground is on 127.9 or 25, safe flight, sir.
Our clearance has been requested, it's been approved, so we're just waiting on just completing the boarding. Once we're completing boarding, we'll close the doors and we'll start pushback.
Engine start switches. Missed altitude. Speed brake. Landing checklist.
Delta 8950 requesting engine start, please.
Delta 8950 950, engine start approved.
Engine start approved, AD 950.
Let's hear those APUs from the back. GSX is kind of crazy today. Okay. APU is turning on.
Walker 4250, contact tower on 126.7, safe flight.
Walker 4250 at Papa 9. 126.7, 4250. Tower hello, Walker 4250, ready to go, runway 12 left.
From what I can see, there's gonna be a whole line for takeoff, so hopefully this doesn't take too long.
Minneapolis ground, Delta 152 ready for engine start.
Delta 152, Minneapolis ground, engine start approved. Delta 152.
Rudder, all are on trim.
Free and 0.
Departure briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
All right, we are starting our pushback. And let me go ahead and request pushback clearance from ACT. Delta 756 request pushback and start clearance. Yes, commands are pushed back. We have to wait for, as you guys heard, due to icing conditions, we have to wait for the okay to start our engines. We can't start them on the back. So GSX allows to. So in the meantime, enjoy the pushback.
325 at Charlie 19. We're ready to push and start.
Northwest 325, Minneapolis ground, push and start approved, tail southeast. Bypass pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready to start the pushback.
Yes, southeast, Northwest 325.
Giving way to the company 737 Delta 2463. Ready to taxi.
Endeavour 4826, runway 12 left taxi via Quebec, hold short of runway 22, then Mike Papa, Papa Niner.
Runway 12 left taxi via Quebec. Hold short of runway 22, then Mike Papa, Papa Niner, Endeavour 4826.
Minneapolis ground, American 2788. Clear the runway taxiway, Alpha 5, requesting taxi to the gate.
American 2788, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate A5 via Alpha Delta, Quebec. Have a good day. Delta 1945, taxi to parking via Alpha 7 Alpha Delta.
Delta 1945. We'll give way to the company CRJ9
Alright,
Endeavour
so
4826.
you can start engines
Ground,
now.
Delta 1533, taxi to the gate. Delta 1533, taxi to parking via Papa 4,
Engine
Papa Delta
start
Bravo.
switches.
Papa
Starting
4, Papa
engine
Delta
2.
Bravo, Delta 1533.
Just hear those engines. Hear those engines, yeah.
Engine start levers.
Flight 3046 ready to taxi.
Stand by.
Frontier Flight 3046, runway 12 left taxi via Delta Papa Papa Niner.
Runway 12 left taxi via Delta Papa, Papa Niner, Frontier Flight 3046.
Engine 2 start switches. Starting engine 1.
India Echo Alpha Juliet Sierra.
Delta 756 request taxi to runway 12 right.
Engine start levers.
Runway 17 taxi via Whiskey 6, Whiskey Kilo 10.
Stand by.
Runway 17 taxi via Whiskey 6, Whiskey Kilo 10, India Echo Alpha Juliet Sierra.
Delta 756, runway 12 right taxi via Bravo, hold short of runway 22, then Alpha 10.
Engine 1 started.
Check. We're ready for taxi.
Flight 3046, give way to the Delta A320.
Give way to the Delta A320, Frontier Flight 3046.
Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors. There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4
All
on
engines
each
stabilized.
side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an
Confirm engine start.
evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carrying baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly
Generators.
marked with a green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exit and remember, they might be
APU.
behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull the mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing. So don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for inland children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table and footrest. Be sure you fasten your
Recirculation
seatbelt
fans.
low and tight across your lap. Carry-on items are secured and armrests
Packs.
are at the resting position. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions
Isolation valve.
inside the suite door for opening instructions
Engine
in case
start
of
switches.
emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our
Anti-ice.
safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
Engine anti-ice.
As we get ready for takeoff, please settle
Taxi
in.
lights.
And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta.
Turn off lights. Clock. Lower display unit. Taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Set.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
Rejected takeoff.
Flight control test. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Rudder full right. Rudder full left.
Checked.
Taxi checklist completed.
Delta 2574, taxi to the gate. Delta 2574, taxi to parking via Papa 4, Papa 2, Quebec. Ground Delta 1226, taxi to the ramp. Delta 1226.
All right, let's make it happen.
Alpha 7, Alpha 3, Bravo.
We are going.
Alpha 7, Alpha 3, Bravo, Delta 1226.
Start taxiing now to our runway. Disregard that plane.
Skywest 3906,
Yeah, it's
runway
not
12 left,
perfect.
taxi via Quebec, hold short of runway 22, then Mike, Papa 9.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys on my peripherals when I'm taking off through the webcam. I'm gonna put it right when we align to the runway.
Good evening, folks. We're set for takeoff. Some mild turbulence could greet us as we leave the area, and we'll adjust to give you the smoothest ride we can. Once again, we appreciate having you on board.
Ground Delta 1123, taxi to parking.
Delta 1223, taxi to parking via Papa 4, Papa Delta Bravo.
Papa 4, Papa Delta Bravo, Delta 1123. Delta 201, requesting pushback to start.
Delta 2612.
Approaching runways.
Ground Delta 2203, taxi to the gate.
Delta 2203, taxi to parking via Alpha 7, Alpha Delta.
Alpha 7, Alpha Delta, Delta 2203.
Delta 756, contact tower on 126.7. Have a good afternoon.
Pax.
To tower on 126.7, Delta 756.
Landing lights.
Approaching
Flight attendants,
runway
please be seated for
1,
departure.
2, right.
Position lights. Auto throttle.
Minneapolis Tower, Delta 756.
Effie's filter.
Good afternoon. Holding short 12 right, ready for departure.
Effie's filter. Lower display unit.
Delta 756, Minneapolis Tower, runway 12 right,
Weather
hold short
radar.
CRJ9 on the runway. Merry Christmas.
Transponder. Takeoff checklist. Takeoff runway.
Check.
Approaching 1, 2
Flaps.
right.
Set.
Contacting departure.
Stingray
Trim.
9 Alpha
Set.
Delta
Cabin crew.
contact
Notified.
Takeoff checklist completed.
meeting.
Check the auto throttle.
SkyWest 3646, contact ground on 133.575.
Ground SkyWest 3646.
Delta 756, hold short of runway 12 right, CRJ9 1 mile final. SkyWest 3905, winds 130 at 11, runway 12 left, cleared to land.
SkyWest 3905.
Delta 756, no delay, CRJ9 on a 5 mile final runway 12 right, winds 130 at 12, RNAV hugger cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 12 right. RNAV hugger, Delta 756.
Brickyard 4746, contact departure.
To departure, Brickyard 4746.
Endeavor 4982, contact ground on 133.575.
Ground Endeavor 4982. Delta 1809er.
On runway 12 right.
Thrust set.
Checked.
knots.
Checked.
Delta 452 Heavy, welcome to Minneapolis. Contact ground on 133.575.
V1, rotate.
133.575, Delta 452.
Delta 1809er, hold short of runway 22.
Delta 1809er.
Speed check.
Skywest 3905, contact ground on 133.575.
Airspeed low.
Delta 1809er, cross runway 22.
Autopilot on.
Delta 1809er.
Acceleration altitude.
Delta 756, contact departure on 118.725.
Switching to departure on 118.725, Delta 756. Minneapolis approach,
Pax.
Delta 756. Good afternoon, climbing
Engine
through
start
2000.
switches.
Delta
Turn off
756,
lights.
Minneapolis approach radar contact. Turn right heading 255, vectors to Hugger.
Gear.
Then is filed.
Auto brakes.
Over to tower, United 2129.
After
Thank you.
takeoff checklist. Pax.
255, vectors to Hugger, then is filed. Delta
Auto brakes.
756.
Off.
Gear. 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 Gear.
Off.
Flaps.
Up.
After takeoff, checklist completed. Heading select on. Lateral navigation on.
Minneapolis departure version 530 heavy.
Watch the airspeed.
Coming past 3000. Climb and maintain 6000, directs 9.
Virgin 530 Heavy. Climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210.
That's a very nice sunset. Alright guys, so we are currently on climbing. Almost there. Our cruise altitude, as I mentioned before, it would be flight level 34, which is 34,000. We're currently at 7,000. Still communicating with ACT, but I hand it over to my AI, so the AI is communicating to the ACT, and we have a wide, long ride. Again, I don't stay here, so all the crews.
Delta 756, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Do sim rate.
Climb and maintain flight level 260.
Do it at
Delta
4
756.
It depends how far I'm going, but this one is kind of like in the middle of the country, all the way to the west coast.
Delta 2961,
I'll
climb and
be heading
maintain
in
flight level 280.
And once we're almost at the top of the set, I'll get back to it and land this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will keep you guys on some cinematic
Passing 10,000 feet.
views, and hope you guys enjoy the ride.
Southwest 913, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290, Southwest 913.
On behalf of Delta and our global airline partners, thank you for choosing us. Our priority on this flight is a safe, clean, and comfortable experience for you. For your safety, please stay seated with your seatbelt securely fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. Please use caution when opening overhead bins, as items may have shifted during takeoff, and keep the aisle clear of any potential trip hazards, like bags or bag straps. Federal regulations require all customers to comply with crew instructions and prohibit the use of cellular networks during flight. The use of Wi-Fi to make voice or video calls is not allowed. Information on approved electronic devices can be found on the safety information card in your seat pocket. The lavatories are refreshed throughout the flight, but if you notice an untidy lavatory, please let a flight attendant know. Fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi is available on today's flight for SkyMiles members. If you're not yet a SkyMiles member, it's fast, free, and easy to join. Connect to the DeltaWiFi.com network to get started. On today's flight, our new Delta Sync seatback screens are available. Click the red login button at the bottom of the screen to unlock Delta's brand new personalized entertainment experience. Even when the seatbelt sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened while seated in case of unexpected rough air. We invite you to enjoy our complimentary entertainment and a variety of complimentary Coca-Cola beverages and snacks. Alcoholic beverages are available for purchase. Please note that federal regulations prohibit consuming any alcohol you might have brought on board with you. To see what drink and snack selections are available on today's flight, log in to Fast, Free Delta Sync Wi-Fi and click on the My Flight tab to see our full menu. You'll save 20% in the form of a statement credit and earn double miles when you use your Delta SkyMiles credit card from American Express. If there's anything we can do to make your experience more comfortable, please don't hesitate to ask. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
2599, descend and maintain 5000.
Ladies and gentlemen, the plane has leveled off at its designated altitude. We're not anticipating any issues and hope to arrive on time. However, if something unexpected pops up, we'll be sure to let you know. Welcome aboard.
Minneapolis Center, United 481, flight level 380.
United 481, radar contact.
Minneapolis Center, Southwest 3599, flight level 370.
Southwest 3599, radar contact.
Delta 157, contact Minneapolis Center on 132.05.
Going to 132.05, Delta 157.
Delta 756, contact Minneapolis Center on 132.05.
Switching to Minneapolis Center on 132.05. Delta 756. Minneapolis Center, Delta 756. Good afternoon. Level flight level 340.
Delta 756, Minneapolis Center, good afternoon. Continue level at flight level 340.
Center, good afternoon. Pilatus 298 Bravo Papa, flight level 240.
Pilatus 298 Bravo Papa, Minneapolis Center, good afternoon.
Minneapolis Center, American 227 is with you.
American 227, Minneapolis Center, good afternoon.
Climbing and maintaining 12,000 feet, J Francis 1605. Maintaining 12,000 feet, J Francis 1605. Minneapolis Center, J Francis 1605. We actually were requesting 12,000 feet, not 2,000 feet.
JF 1605, climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
Minneapolis Center, Delta 2274, flight level 350.
Delta 2274, radar contact. Delta 2274 cleared for the Torgy 3 arrival into Minneapolis.
Down to flight level 240. Cleared for the Torgy 3 arrival into Minneapolis, Delta 2274.
Minneapolis Center, Delta 1444, flight level 370.
Much obliged, sir. Thank you. Thanks. 514 Romeo Sierra.
Starship 514 Romeo Sierra, you're welcome.
Starship 514 Romeo Sierra, can I have an altitude?
Delta 756, Minneapolis Center, contact Denver Center on 127.905. Contacting Denver Center on 127.905. Delta 756. Denver Center, Delta 756. Good evening. Level flight, level 340.
Delta 756, Denver Center, good afternoon. Center, Bonanza, Charlie Foxtrot, Juliet, Charlie Romeo, IFR to 9 Victor 9. Clearance on request, you're number 1. Clear to 9er, Victor 9er, radar vectors winded, that is filed, climb and maintain 9,000, departure on 127.95, squawk 2755 for Bonanza, Juliet, Charlie Romeo.
At Denver Center, American 6969, looking for lower. 10 to 9,000, roger.
American 6969, descend and maintain 9,000.
Down to 9,000, American 6969.
Go ahead.
Captain, you good if we start cabin service now?
Yes, start when you're ready.
Denver Center, United 1626, flight level 300.
United 1626, radar contact. Lufthansa 480 Super, speed 250 knots. Speed 250 knots, Lufthansa 480 Super. Lufthansa 480 Super, contact Denver approach on 124.905.
Denver approach on 124.905. Lufthansa 480 Super, bye-bye.
Delta 756, contact Denver Center on 125.9er.
Contacting Denver Center on 125.9, Delta 756. Denver Center, Delta 756. Good afternoon, level flight level 340.
Delta 756, Denver Center, good afternoon.
Denver Center, this is November 522 Foxtrot on the ramp at Laramie, KLAR, requesting IFR clearance to Fort Collins, KSNL.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Denver Center, short 6 Delta Delta, requesting descent to 7,800 feet, please.
Short 6 Delta Delta, descend and maintain 7,800.
Good afternoon, Denver Center, American 2450 with you, flight level 320.
American 2450, Denver Center, good afternoon.
American 5287, contact Denver approach on 126.1.
126.1 for American 5287, we'll see ya. Denver Center, Delta 702, flight level 330.
Delta 702, radar contact.
Denver Center, United 1048 Heavy, flight level 390, checking in.
United 1048 Heavy, Denver Center, good evening.
Denver Center, Delta 1675, flight level 370.
Delta 1675, radar contact. Frontier Flight 1094 cleared for the Longs 4 arrival into Denver.
Down to flight level 260. Cleared for the Longs 4 arrival into Denver Frontier Flight 1094.
Delta 1586 cleared for the Longs 4 arrival into Denver.
Denver Center, I have clearance to Jackson Hole. Denver Center, what's going to be my approach?
United 2193, you're not under flight following. State your request or contact tower for landing instructions.
Denver Center, Skyhawk 287 Whiskey with you out of Laramie Regional, currently at 7,750 climbing VFR.
Delta 756, contact Denver Center on 120.475.
Switching to Denver Center on 120.475, Delta 756. Denver Center, Delta 756. Good evening. Level flight, level 340.
Delta 756, Denver Center, good evening. Radar contact 23 miles north of Rangeley at flight level 330. Maintain flight level 340.
Maintain flight level 340, Delta 756.
Center tanks off.
Denver Center, Cessna 49 Bravo Alpha is looking to pick up IFR out to Addison.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Cessna 49 Bravo Alpha is cleared to Addison. Radar vector is Gould and is filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 190, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.325, squawk 4314, and we are released for departure. Cessna 49 Bravo Alpha.
Cessna 9 Bravo Alpha. Read back correct. Delta 756, contact Salt Lake Center on 135.775.
Switching to Salt Lake Center on 135.775, Delta 756. Salt Lake Center, Delta 756. Good evening, level flight level 340.
Delta 756, Salt Lake Center, radar contact 10 miles southwest of Roosevelt at flight level 340.
Salt Lake Center, Pusher 22 would like to terminate our descent at 14,000 feet for terrain avoidance.
Radar contact 10 miles southwest of Roosevelt at flight level 340, Delta 756.
Climb and maintain flight level 220, Blue Star 2112.
Blue Star 12, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Blue Star 2112.
Blue Star 12, climb and maintain flight level 260.
3700, cleared for the Pit 1 arrival into Salt Lake.
Descending to flight level 260. Cleared for the Pit 1 arrival into Salt Lake, SkyWest 3700.
JetBlue 2531 Salt Lake City Center, contact Salt Lake Center on 119.905.
119.905, JetBlue 2531.
Salt Lake City Center, Piper 977 Delta Whiskey with you, flight level 270.
Piper November 977 Delta Whiskey, Salt Lake City Center, roger.
Roger, thank you very much. Expect the published approach from COPA, descend to 9,000, 1 Bravo Delta.
Duke 1 Bravo Delta, turn right heading 225.
1 Bravo Delta, light cancel IFR, go to Unicom.
Duke 1 Bravo Delta, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. Delta 756, contact Salt Lake Center on 125.575.
Contacting Salt Lake Center on 125.575, Delta 756. Salt Lake Center, Delta 756. Good evening, level flight level 340.
Delta 756, Salt Lake Center. Good evening.
Salt Lake Center, Cirrus 420 Sierra Bravo is at Cedar City, picking up IFR clearance to Santa Barbara, where direct barrel will be at 30. Copy Salt Lake, clear to Santa Barbara, radar vectors barrel, then is file, climb maintain initial 9,000, expect flight level 300, 10 minutes after departure on 13555 squawk 2117, Pilatus 420 Sierra Bravo. We're taxiing without delay. Clear to Provo, direct Enoch, climb maintain 9,000, departures on 12735 squawk 6443 for Series 620 Alpha.
Salt Lake City Center, Delta 1219 Heavy, flight level 390.
Denver Center, Delta 960, on the ground at Cedar City Regional Airport. Request clearance to Wichita National Airport.
Stand by, you're number 1. Delta 4 Juliet Foxtrot Heavy, contact Salt Lake Center on 133.45.
Cleared to Wichita, radar vectors Enoch, then has filed, climb and maintain 9,000. Expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.575, squawk 5476. Release for departure, clearance void if not off by 2003, time now 1948, Delta 960.
Polaris 1850, contact Seattle Center on 132.6.
132.6 for Polaris 1850, good day.
American 6823, turn left, heading 320.
Left 320, American 6823.
American 6823, turn left, heading 295.
You gave us the Corn 5 arrival, so we're going to follow that for American 6823 unless you guys would like us to do otherwise.
Salt Lake Center, good evening. Delta 21 Heavy is maintaining flight level 410. Delta 21 Heavy, Salt Lake Center, good evening.
Command Air 146 is at flight level 380.
Command 146, Salt Lake Center, good evening.
Speedbird 5 Lima Heavy, please expedite your descent to flight level 320. 756, contact Salt Lake Center on 134.525.
Switching to Salt Lake Center on 134.525, Delta 756. Salt Lake Center, Delta 756. Good evening, level flight level 340.
Delta 756, Salt Lake Center. Radar contact 5 miles northwest of base camp at flight level 340.
Radar contact 5 miles northwest of base camp at flight level 340, Delta 756.
Delta 756, expect the always 3 arrival in your transition. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
Expecting always 3 arrival in your transition. We'll plan for descent in about 20 minutes. Delta 756.
Yeti 589er, contact Oakland Center on 132.05.
132.05, Yeti 589er.
Oakland Center, United 1844, flight level 360. United 1844, radar contact.
Salt Lake Center, JetBlue 333, descending 300.
JetBlue 333, Salt Lake Center, good evening. Delta 756, contact Oakland Center on 127.175.
Switching to Oakland Center on 127.175, Delta 756. Oakland Center, Delta 756. Good evening, flight level 340.
Delta 756, Oakland Center, radar contact 900 miles north of Wild Creek at flight level 340. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340. Delta 756.
And Oakland Center, citation 398, Bravo Papa request.
Citation 8, Bravo Papa, say requested altitude.
We would like to request the RNAV X-ray, runway 17 left at Reno. All right, we'll expect the 17 left RNAV into Reno. Thank you, 398, Bravo Papa.
Center Cessna 420 Juliet Echo is with you climbing out of 5,700, looking to pick up our IFR clearance to Henderson. We're just off Hawthorne.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
No problem. Okay, clear direct NIA for 40 Juliet Echo.
Descending to flight level 250. Cleared for the INYO arrival into San Francisco United 504.
Oakland Center, UPS 7828, flight level 380.
UPS 7828, radar contact.
Oakland Center, SkyWest 3427, flight level 350.
SkyWest 3427, radar contact.
Autopilot on.
Alright, guys. We're back. Almost the top of the set. Really enjoy those cinematic views. Hopefully, you guys do too. CHASEPLANE is amazing. What he can do when it comes to camera views and whatnot. So, really recommend it. Now, let's calculate some performance so we can start our descent. Let's go on to performance tool. We're still landing on 19, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, we're still doing it. No, we're doing 19 left. Yes, we're doing 19 left. So we do 19 left. Okay, so we need about 154. Now, based on some factors that change it, we don't need that. We'll do flat configuration 30. Yeah, at about 150. About, so we do this. And we do 50. Alright. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our ILS. Since this is an ILS approach, the frequency for this is 108.9er. So we go here, 108.9er. Perfect. Our decision height for an ILS approach would be give or take, I think is, yeah, so straight in landing, we're looking at about 774. So 774. We're almost there on top of the time. I know you guys noticed the time change, but when you're doing, this is the actual real time right now. Right. So we have configured that, and look at those clouds. Let me see how's the weather there. Yeah, I can see it. It's a lot. Especially here, it shows a lot. So when that happens, sometimes we don't tend to just start descending when there's a lot of clouds. What we do is we take a meter descent. Give or take, but just to give you guys a perspective on that. Well, let's see.
Seatbelt signs. Auto brakes. ILS frequencies. Heads-up guidance system. Approach briefing. All set for the briefing, Captain.
Alright, so we have to also add the heading, which is 194. It's kind of the same one as we took out from Minneapolis. Configure my heading now. So as we start our descent on below 10,000, then I will, well, right on approach about 5,000, I will add I will enable the webcam so you guys can see how I control the plane as I'm landing.
Approach briefing. We will be landing at Kilo, Sierra, Foxtrot, Oscar, on runway 19er, left. Addis information is current, winds 200 at 14. We are flying the ILS approach. The final approach course is 193. The minimum altitude is 774. Our approach speed 151. In case of a go-around, standard missed approach procedure will be followed. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet, then clean up and follow ATC instructions. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor VREF speed and call out deviations. Ready for landing. Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Set.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
Set.
Landing data. VREF 191. Minimums 771.
7. Check.
Descent checklist completed. Ladies and gentlemen, we've started our initial descent and plan to arrive at the gate in 25 to 30 minutes. We've enjoyed having you on board today and hope you'll choose to fly with us again in the near future. We'll have you on the ground shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. We've just begun our initial descent into Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. We've just begun our initial descent into San Francisco. At the moment, the local time in San Francisco is 3:55.
United 1453, radar contact.
The ground is typical for the Bay Area today. We're seeing some coastal marine layer with light clouds, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, and light winds. Overall conditions are good for our arrival. Our anticipated landing time is approximately 8 minutes from now. The seatbelt sign will remain on as we make our way down, and we do ask that you return to your seats.
Transition altitude.
Sit. On behalf of the entire Delta team, thank you for flying with us today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight into San Francisco.
Delta 756, contact NorCal approach on 128.325.
Switching to NorCal approach on 128.325, Delta 756. NorCal approach, Delta 756. Good afternoon, descending 16,000.
Delta 756, NorCal approach. Expect the ILS runway 19er left approach into San Francisco.
Expecting ILS approach runway 19er left into San Francisco, Delta 756.
United 1498, contact NorCal departure on 120.9er.
120.9er, United 1498.
Southwest 479.
FE's mode. FE's range. Altimeters. Approach checklist.
Ladies and
Altimeters.
gentlemen,
Sit.
we will shortly be landing.
Approach checklist.
Please
completed.
ensure your cabin bag
Passing
is safely
10,000
stowed
feet.
with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, arm rests down and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers or magazines that you do not want to keep. The toilets are no longer in service. Thank you.
Climate Tempo 1000, direct gunner, EVA 027. Climate Tempo 200, EVA 027.
Southwest 73. Climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climb, maintain flight level 240, Southwest 73.
United 1757, contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5.
120.5 for United 1757.
Delta 1730, turn left heading 345.
Speed brake armed.
Down to 5,000, cleared for the ILS 19er left approach, United 325.
Delta 756, turn right heading 025 vectors for the ILS runway 19er left approach.
Right turn heading 025 to the ILS runway 19 left approach. Delta 756.
Heading select on.
Contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5.
Switching to San Francisco Tower on 120.5, United 325.
Delta 756, 6 miles from Burke. Turn left heading 230. Cleared for the ILS runway 19er left approach. Speed below 210 knots until established.
Left heading 230. Cleared for the ILS runway 19er left approach. Speed below 210 knots until established. Delta 756.
Delta 1730, proceed direct Burke. Cleared for the ILS runway 19er left approach. Speed below 210 knots until established. United 334,
Speed
contact
check.
San Francisco
Flaps
Tower
1.
on 120.5. United 334.
Approach mode.
Approach mode on.
Direct Burke. Cleared for the ILS runway 19er left approach until established. Delta 4000, cleared for the ILS 19er left approach, Delta 679.
Departure Skywest 5301, 1900, climbing 3000.
Glide slope alive.
Climb and maintain 270 direct rainfall, Skywest 5301.
Skywest 5301, contact NorCal approach on 120.9er.
120.9er, Skywest 5301.
flaps 2.
Delta 756, contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5.
Contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5, Delta 756. San Francisco Tower, Delta 756. Good afternoon. Established on the ILS runway 19er left approach.
Delta 756, San Francisco Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 19er left. American 234, contact departure. Contact to departure, American 234. Eastern 6754, contact departure on 120.9er.
Glide slope captured.
Over to departure, 120.9er, Eastern 6754. So long.
Crossing 1 left, United 1230.
Speed check. Flaps 5.
Traffic. Traffic. Traffic.
Established on the ILS 28 right.
United 1620, roger.
Clear to land runway 28 right, United 1620.
Denver 104, contact ground on 121.8. United 334, contact ground on 121.8. Ground, United 334. Traffic. Traffic. Traffic.
Speed check. Flaps 10. Speed check. Flaps 15. Speed check. Flaps 25. Cabin crew prepare for landing.
Alright, guys. Let's get to this. Got this. We gotta do. Gotta be below 300. Let's make it happen.
Missed altitude. Speed brake. Landing checklist. Engine start switches.
It was a little rough. Approach.
Speed brake.
So many clouds, and ACT was guiding us to different paths and whatnot.
Flaps.
So we're good. We're almost established. We're ready for landing. We're clear for landing by ATC. And let's enjoy San Francisco. This is my first time on this side. Actually do the opposite. The left runway, which is usually the ones that use the most, but
unstable. Flaps.
We got this.
Watch the airspeed. Speed check. Flaps 30. Watch the airspeed.
Approaching minimums. It's a little wind shear right there, but we got this.
Approaching. Minimums. 19 left.
By the way, guys, we're gonna have a new gear coming up soon. We're gonna be using the Orsa 31 by Win-Win. Is a new throttle that came out for Airbus. We're gonna be checking that out. So it should arrive probably. It's been late due to the holiday, so it should arrive.
Watch the airspeed.
Somewhere between probably tomorrow or Monday. So
watch the airspeed.
Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and also setting up alerts.
United 1374, heavy contact departure.
Flight slow.
And take this one off. Yeah, power management is key on this. Sometimes, if you mess up too much, you can either flare,
50,
or you can hit it hard.
30, 20, 10.
There you go. Slowly. There you go.
Auto brakes.
What do we got? 256. Nice. I don't follow that 256 sometimes.
1,200 meters remaining.
Alright. Welcome to San Francisco.
On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
Welcome.
Taxi lights.
And look at this, our gate is right there.
Welcome to our destination. Please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened and carry on items stowed until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. Be careful when opening overhead bins to avoid injury from items that may have shifted during flight, and please ensure you have all of your personal belongings before deplaning. As we reach our gate, we invite you to use the Fly Delta app for important baggage and connection information. You may receive an email asking you to share your feedback. We value your feedback and use your responses to improve your future travel experience. On behalf of this Atlanta-based crew, thank you for choosing Delta. We look forward to seeing you soon. To keep the plane comfortable during deplaning and for our next flight, please open the air vents above the seats. Please also lower the window shades. Please remember to take your complimentary earbuds for use on future Delta flights.
Flaps. Speed brake.
Let me take out the flight directors.
On runway 28 left.
Parking brake. APU generator. Engine start levers. Wait for system.
Flight attendants, disarm doors for arrival, cross-check, and all call.
Connect jetway. Cockpit lights. Seatbelt signs.
Alright, so since
Turn off
we're
lights.
already here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna
Taxi lights. Logo lights.
I'm gonna show you guys the airport.
Anti-collision light. Wing lights.
Hopefully.
Fuel pumps.
I was trying to look for the drone mode, but it's a little slow.
Engine anti-ice. Wing anti-ice.
Why is doing the
Hydraulic pumps.
As you deplane, we would like to say thank you for choosing Delta and welcome to our destination with another on-time arrival. We appreciate you and hope to see you soon.
Go ahead.
All post-arrival checks are complete. Do we have your approval to commence deplaning?
Yes.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps.
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Hydraulic panel.
Set.
Flaps.
Up.
Parking brake.
On.
Engine start levers.
Off.
Weather radar. Weather radar. Weather radar. Weather radar.
Off.
Shutdown checklist completed.
All passengers have departed the aircraft.
Acknowledged.
Alright, try my own best. I'll show you the airport, but unfortunately, it was not a success. So I was trying to get you guys to see it, but I'm having issues with my controller. I was hoping I could, but not this time around. Check. We can try this. I'll see. We can try this. So. All right, let's do this. Maybe this worked. It's not 100%, but it's something, right? You guys can probably see a little bit of this airport. Okay. All right. You get the idea, right? Those are the different terminals. There's 2 of the runways. There's 2 right there. It's huge though. That's all I can say. And it's very detailed. It's a really nice airport. Good payware. Worth the money. So now let's go over. It's on replay. Let's watch me land it. Let me check.
Approaching 19
Pause.
left. Flaps. Flaps. Unstable.
Flaps 25.
Unstable. Approaching 19
Waiting
left.
for the flaps to come out. Because if I don't bring them up, by the time I get to the gate, then I get penalized. So I have to bring them up and then take them down. Okay, so missing one only, so that'll be 30. All right.
Speed check. Flaps 30.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see how we got this border landing. Well, it wasn't border landing. There was a lot going on the approach, but I actually have a better luck doing border landing on this aircraft than Airbuses. I don't know, the Airbus is a little different to maneuver. Right,
on taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
There you go.
On runway.
19
Let's do
right.
a flyby.
On taxiway.
Those are
On
really nice,
taxiway. On taxiway.
Ever since that new one came
Approaching
out, oh my god,
19 left.
everybody's using it. That's a flyby. But it looks better when it's landing. So there you go, something like that. There you go.
On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
And
1
last,
runway. 19
Speed brake armed.
right.
window view.
On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
You know what they say? A good landing is a landing you can walk away
On
from.
runway.
19 right.
All right.
On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
All right,
On
everyone.
taxiway. On
200
taxiway.
meters remaining.
On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
We did great.
On taxi.
I would say this. I think this was my second flight with the PMDG. After the whole thing on with the new update now to 2024. I appreciate everyone who took the time to watch this video. The people that actually joined the streaming throughout, like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and please set up your alerts so whenever a new one come out, which will be very soon. Waiting for that new peripheral to come in, the new throttle for Airbus coming in by Win-Win. And we're definitely gonna try it out. I will definitely be posting pictures once arrived. So good stuff. Let's keep up, and thank you.